and I used my mom's almirah as a recording booth, put some sarees around so that there's no reflection, and I would control the recording from my toe in like
हजारों करोड़ों लोग अब वही कर रहे हैं, तो अब इंस्टाग्राम क्या करे? अब 1 मिनट म्यूजिक बनाओ, क्योंकि 1 मिनट लोग सुन रहे हैं, स्पैन ही कम हो गया लोगों का सुनने का।
अब क्योंकि वीडियोस भी जितनी भी डाल लो अब वायरल नहीं हो रहे, तो अब no one knows what to do.
Alright, so following is the conversation between me, Samad and Arham on the Indian music scene. And if you're someone who's planning to start their journey or already has started their journey in the Indian music scene, this conversation might help you a lot. Let's just get into it.
I have met Arham before. I have not met you, but I tried getting you on the show.
Yes, I know, man, I know.
क्या हुआ था उस टाइम पे?
I don't particularly remember, but I think I think Shrey reached out to me about this.
Shrey? Okay.
I'm not sure. He was like, hey bro, there's this podcast and I've heard about it and I checked out your profile as well, but I think that time I was quite busy. But abhi fortunately हाँ मैं and he just called me and he's like, hey bhai, there's this podcast, it's like same old. I'm like, oh yeah, that same old podcast.
Yeah. Oh great. But I first heard of you back on Son of Abish.
All right.
Yeah, because I was working with him us time pe, and you were featured in it, right? You did the what is it called?
Avana nahi gaya. मेरे गाने का नाम बता दे सारे. I'm just kidding. I think so. Even that happened like quite a surprise. Like, cause he just reached out to me on Instagram and his team spoke to me. So there was this Bishka original section right in the end of
Son of Abish Picks. Yeah, that's what
Picks. Yes.
Picks, that's what
even Raghav Metal has done it. So I performed one of my originals, but like let's just not watch it. It's quite bad.
It was good, yeah.
Which song was it?
Aire. It was bad, bro. I'll tell you why. Because like I spoke to Abish also. I told him, "Bhai, matlab, just this is like the worst version of Aire that ever exists."
You like, recorded especially for that?
Yeah, thing, right? It was in the lockdown, and I had no idea how to record music. So what I used to do was I would normally post videos on my phone. Like I would put my phone like this, and I would like record videos. But this is Son of Abish, so I have to be professional.
Like,
I have no idea how to go about it. So what happened that I spoke to a friend of mine and he's like, hey, you just take care of the audio, I'll take care of the video. He was a YouTuber and I just met him, so I was like, can you please help me out because it's lockdown, nobody's available. So मेरे पापा का पुराना laptop था, I just like put it on the floor and I used my mom's almirah as the recording booth, put sarees around so that there's no reflection, and I would control the recording from my toe in like and borrowed a USB mic from a friend. And there was no reference because I didn't know how to use any software. It was Audacity. So वो मुझे playback भी नहीं आ रहा. So I have to remember the key, what key I'm singing in. Only I'm singing just on the metronome. So that's how I recorded the entire thing.
उसको पता. Abhi, do you know this is how much effort it took to make that video of yours?
And you बोल रहे हो उतना अच्छा video.
I mean, of course.
नहीं, he is so good कि वो ही उसका सबसे खराब वर्जन है. मतलब उससे खराब तो क्या ही बनाएगा.
But I think that's how artists work, right? If you don't shit on your older work, I don't think you're growing that way. मतलब मेरे को मेरे बहुत.
I mean, I'm happy that I'm doing better because now that I've finally recorded the song to release, so it's like now that I hear that version, I'm like, बंद कर ऐसे.
And Arham I met at the Yellow Festival.
Yes.
And उस time के बाद से, dude, like I've been like, of course, following the journey and everything, and it's gone like this, dude. So in 2 years.
And if I don't look at it like that, then it hasn't gone that way.
We had a conversation just before this, and इतना negative इंसान है खुद को, हाँ कुछ नहीं ठीक.
Now I've changed. My perspective has changed. Now I look back and I appreciate where I am. तो उससे और मोटिवेशन भी मिल जाता है कि यार ऐसा तो नहीं है कि कुछ नहीं किया, कुछ तो हो रहा है.
Let's just appreciate that we're on this podcast, guys.
That is not something to be. इसका product there used to be an audience, there used to be a camera crew. अब सब कुछ मैं खुद कर रहा हूँ, but yeah, ठीक है. Let's see where this goes. But so what I wanted to talk to you about basically is explain the music industry to me like I'm a dummy. Indian music industry, how does it work?
Indian music
industry or
like how your circuit or like how to get there. If a 5-year-old, you have to explain it to him.
Music industry, see, if you're talking about, so there are 2 music industries apparently. There's an independent music industry and there's a film industry.
The Bollywood one.
Music industry is a subsection of that industry. The film industry.
Okay.
But like if you talk about independent, then मतलब 5 साल के like बच्चे को अगर बताना है तो फिर just the poems that you learn in school, we write them more like we just write them, make it more complicated, and we just sing it and release it. That's it. It's not very.
It's not very
There's
systematic.
no system.
So how do you explain it? It's
Yeah.
just everyone's just doing something. Like everyone's just trying to do something. The newcomers, जो नए पहले गाने लिख रहे हैं, like it's very simple. Like the basic steps are just writing a song, making it, releasing it, hoping things work out. 4 step है, but it's not. Obviously, it's not like that. So if you look at it एकदम systematically, there's a lot you have to do, a lot you have to focus on. You have to build a community. You have to find the right people to work with. All of those stuff. Sometimes they're neglected.
It's become like social media now, like Instagram. Like there are content creators, and then there are big content creators who have like a team with them.
Of course.
So content creators are independent creators who are just making
Anyone who has a camera or
anyone who has a
4K.
camera, and they're making reels, and then they're putting it out on Instagram, which is Spotify for us.
Yeah.
And then there are people who are signed by labels, who are signed by managements, and who have a team with them, and then they reach out to a bigger audience because of course they have a team with them.
Yeah, and that also comes from experience, I think.
Yeah,
somewhat.
It's there's no particular system right now, but I feel like uniformity really
But
needs to.
do you think आएगा, or do you think there is a need? Because I'll tell you what happened in comedy.
Yeah.
So there was Canvas Laugh Club.
Yeah,
सबका जिसमें सबका लोगो देखा, ठीक है. तो people knew that they have to do open mics all around the city. They have to do Canvas के अलावा जो भी जितने भी छोटे मोटे bars pub में कहीं भी. But what used to happen is, if you're performing at Canvas, if you're doing well over there, because they have access to the bigger comedians, they'll start putting you in open spots over there. ठीक है, if you're doing well in the open mics, they'll put you in open spots. Then उस open spots में वो comedian ने देखा, फिर तुम्हें वो कहीं और बुलाएगा अपने पास. Then they start giving you a bigger spot, a proper show with that comedian, and eventually you'll develop the material and you'll have your own show. Then you release a video, and then you go viral. And now that whole system has crashed.
Yeah.
Somehow, because there was Canvas, अब Canvas नहीं है, तो वो थोड़ा सा डेवलप होने में, तो अब no one knows what to do.
Right.
कोई स्टेप नहीं है अब, क्योंकि वीडियोस भी जितनी भी डाल लो आप वायरल नहीं हो रहे हो. So is that something that is there in?
Yeah, it is also one of the ways to, like, people are trying to get there through different ways. One of our friends Shubham, वो Bangalore में था, he's done like hundreds of open mics, and कुछ लोग वो करके they learn, they get their experience, and then they get somewhere, they're known by like people in the industry or whatever. And so that's just one way. And now अभी भी I think open mics तो होते ही हैं.
There are so many.
But I don't think उतने
so many
impactful
ways.
कुछ है, except for
I have
like
never done an open mic.
Is
Same,
there a
bro.
use for that in
Same,
in
I have
music?
never done an open mic.
Because comedy में you needed to build material.
See, comedy mein you need it because like you need the audience's reaction.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
that. So in an open mic, you have an audience who does not know about you, and then you're just there. You're trying out. I spoke to a few comedians last week, and they were telling me that open mics is a good way to practice your content as well.
That is
But for music, it's different. For music, it's the same piece being played in different places. For example, अगर अरहम अपना गाना कबूतर एक ओपन माइक में गा रहा है, या फिर एक बड़े स्टेज पे गा रहा है, या फिर एक कमरे के अंदर गा रहा है, it's gonna be the same song, right? It doesn't need to be changed according to an audience.
Our purpose
that's
is
why-
to like
Yes.
get more networking and people rather than, मतलब हमारे गाने तो वही रहेंगे.
हाँ.
I think comedy
Content
में
वही
it's
रहेगा,
like
but
you learn कि वो
हाँ, तो वहाँ
गाने
need
में
है,
भी
open
like
mic
हाँ
की-
अच्छा गाना था, अच्छा गाना नहीं था, उतना ही होगा ज्यादा से ज्यादा.
तो नीड नहीं है.
but need इसलिए है कि you get more exposure opportunities, उसका chances पहले ज्यादा होता था I think. अब I don't know if उतना
But
फायदा होता है.
virality right now has become such a weird factor for me. Like honestly, like your success depends on how viral your song is on Instagram. It's like that now. But for that, I don't think as musicians it's our job to make sure that our songs go viral. If I have a song that I like, if I have a song that I have created through my feelings, I don't necessarily expect it to, go bonkers on the internet or something like that. But it's definitely good that it reaches out to a niche. And that's how you build a community, and that's how you build a structure around it, and then you have fans. You turn that community into fans, and that's how it keeps on going.
Yeah.
Because of Instagram right now, I know a lot of musicians personally who are making songs so that it trends on Instagram. Which is like I feel like it's okay if you're doing that. It's good. I mean, I don't feel like it's a bad thing. It's good if you're doing it, but like you should not forget the purpose, the reason why you're doing music in the first place. So it's like that.
I think अभी बीच में I was hearing about this trend that people are making songs to be released on TikTok.
Yes, that's what
अभी
I'm-
Instagram 1 minute म्यूजिक वगैरह
हाँ.
आ रहे हैं. आई मीन थिंग इज यार हम नहीं डिसाइड कर सकते ना. हजारों करोड़ों लोग अब वो ही कर रहे हैं, तो अब Instagram क्या करे? अब 1 minute म्यूजिक बनाओ क्योंकि 1 minute लोग सुन रहे हैं. स्पैन ही कम हो गया लोगों का सुनने का. Although I mean obviously we are looking for people who listen to our music पूरा 4 मिनट सुने. पर अब जो मैक्सिमम लोग नहीं सुन रहे हो उनके लिए क्या करें? उन लोग को तो पैसे भी कमाना है. आफ्टर ऑल क्या है ब्रो? तो वो है. एंड आई थिंक हम जो ओपन माइक्स की बात कर रहे थे, पीपल ऑल्सो नीड अ स्टेज. तो आई थिंक वो फैक्टर के हिसाब से ओपन माइक्स हो रहे हैं. बहुत लोगों को जो अपकमिंग सॉन्ग राइटर्स है या सिंगर्स हैं, वो कहाँ परफॉर्म करेंगे? मतलब हम कुछ करके लाइक आई मीन
नंबर इतना बढ़ गया है अभी,
नंबर
नंबर
कुछ मिल गया जगह. बट जो एकदम स्टार्ट ही करना चाहते हैं, मेरे को परफॉर्म करना है, मैं क्या करूँ? तो फिर ओपन माइक्स ही जाऊंगा ना.
Do you think that Reels and all this social media has removed that need for that open mic also? Because
काइंड ऑफ
it's the discoverability has-
डिस्कवरेबिलिटी वहां से भी अब आने लग गए हैं. कॉन्स्टेंटली अपलोड समथिंग.
But then there are different factors affecting the. For example, if I made a piece of song that is 7 minutes long, like a song Auna, I'll tell you that the song is 6 minutes and I've cut it short now. But if I have to perform that song, I can't do it on Instagram because nobody has the time to listen to a 6-minute long song. But if I'm in an open mic, I'm gonna sing that song and people are gonna listen to it and appreciate it as a complete piece of art.
एंड उनको ज्यादा अच्छा भी लगेगा.
Yeah.
बट वो इंस्टाग्राम में वो सुनेंगे ही नहीं, तो उसको
वो अपने
पता
गंदे
है,
phone
you'll
के
never
speaker पे
know.
सुन रहे
It
होंगे.
depends on various factors. If I have a song if I have a hook, for example, एक गाना है जिसका hook मुझे बड़ा अच्छा लगता है, and if I want that hook to be heard, then Instagram is a great tool for that, because
Yeah.
Instagram is gonna play it again and again and again and on a loop, and that hook is gonna get stuck in your head, and then the song is gonna be like, and the person is gonna become like, yeah, ये तो क्या बढ़िया गाना है. तो
फुल करे और हम चले.
so if you have a hook, then it's good. But if you want people to experience your music as a complete piece of art, as a full 4
Live is
minute, 5
completely
minute or
different.
3 minute piece of music, then I think यहाँ पर वो फैक्टर आ जाता है कि मतलब what platform do we use to make people listen to it.
You definitely need to make compromise when you're recording a song to release. But live, when you're performing it, then it's in your hand. तो जब मैं भी कोई अपने गाने perform करता हूँ, तो it's never like जैसे release किया हूँ वैसे अब नहीं होते. Because now I know कि as a listener उनको क्या पसंद आएगा. क्योंकि now they have no option. Now they're there to listen.
Yeah.
Now I have the opportunity to use 5 minutes instead of just 3 minutes. I can use 5 to 7 minutes and show like a whole experience to them. So वो चीज मैं वहाँ कर सकता हूँ. But when I'm recording a song, तो I'm sure, तो I know कि जब वो लोग सुन रहे होंगे तब उनके पास उतना टाइम नहीं होगा. तब they can easily just shut it off yet, switch off,
Of course.
switch to the next song.
Makes sense.
So
Makes sense.
वहाँ पे
And what about like you telling me about Spotify and how has that helped the streaming platforms and compared to I'm very sure Spotify has been there since you guys have been in the industry, or was there something before that?
Spotify came very like, I think
हम तो
I was a part of the industry. I started doing music when I was 6 years old, man. So for me, I wanted to. मैंने एक album release करी थी when I was very small. I was like 8 or 9 years old. It was called Bachcha Party.
Okay.
And it's a proper CD album. There were cassettes also.
Okay.
So I've been around that time. I'm not that old. I'm just 23. But like, but I've been around that age where I've been releasing music since then. Spotify came very later, but like Spotify has definitely done a great job to promote artists and for like people to, and it has also promoted musicians to release more music because now it's become easy for all.
Yeah. And now they're doing more and more. Like मैं जब बचपन में मैं all I used to do was make record करता था कुछ वीडियो बनाता था YouTube पे डालता था. एंड वो भी जैसे तुमने वो जुगाड़ का बताया था ना, मैं भी ऐसे एक चेयर के ऊपर एक स्टूल रखा, उसके ऊपर बुक्स अलाइन करे और एक फोन ऐसे रखा, एक एंगल लिया वहां से गा रहा हूँ नाटक कर रहा हूँ, फिर दूसरी जगह वही सेटअप बनाया, फिर एक एंगल लिया.
multi-angle
because I told you I loved editing. I still love editing videos. I love making ये सब. तो तभी मेरे को वो सब करके मेरे को मजा आता था. एक गाना रिकॉर्ड कर लिया पहले. I had a mic ऐसे खरीद लिया था. My dad gifted me. उसके थ्रू कुछ रिकॉर्ड करके and YouTube पे मस्त कवर वीडियोस डालता है. Now that I look at them, it's like so shitty, but it's also so like commendable कि वाह मतलब उस टाइम
time
में तुम मतलब ऐसे एंगल रख के उसमें कट करके स्विच भी कर रहे हो और रिकॉर्ड भी किया, क्वालिटी एकदम फालतू है, बट यू सी द इंटेंट। मैं तब से मतलब करना था मेरे को कुछ, एंड नाउ दैट आई एम एबल टू थोड़ा क्वालिटी बेटर हो रहा है, नाउ यू आर आल्सो अंडरस्टैंडिंग विद एक्सपीरियंस लोग कैसे कर रहे हैं, हाउ थिंग्स वर्क, तो नाउ इट्स बेटर।
So platform wise, Spotify or YouTube, what is benefiting you guys more?
A collective use of all the platforms, honestly.
Instagram.
I know the video ended very abruptly. That's because there is a second part to it, which will be coming in the next few weeks. If you want it sooner, then comment saying, "Hey Kevin, my mom loves you," and subscribe to the channel because let's just get to 10k subscribers, please. Also share this video with someone who's a part of the Indian music scene or is trying to be a part of it. Second part will be out soon. Till then, check out some previous videos, or if the second part is already out, here is the second part.